Hello and welcome to Podcast. I'm your host, Joey Simcoe. Today our guest is James Clay Skidmore IV, otherwise known as Jimmy, or Jimbo, or Jimbo Slice IV, as he is known on Instagram.
Believe it or not, nobody calls me most of those.
That's true. Now, today on Podcast, we're going to be speaking about something very near and dear to every American. We're going to be speaking about the famed rapper Ice-T and his Twitter account.
Well, let's go back to the top. There's some interesting things I wanted to point out first.
Okay, okay.
So, when you first look at Ice-T's account, you notice a very stunning picture of the man. You can follow along at home. In the top left, you've got a beautiful portrait of him at, what is that, the
Grammy Awards.
Yes, because he is a famed
musician.
Singer.
He is a rapper, I believe.
That's singing.
Yes.
But if you notice, his location is set to the Hood.
Yes.
Which is fantastic for him to have that much success and still live in the Hood. But if we, start scrolling down, it's pretty normal stuff. And it starts out pretty much the same, talking about his fantastic role on SVU. And you get down a little bit, and it gets a little wacky. You see, he says on November 5th, hey, sometimes the shots don't stop.
With a picture of a pistol with a fairly large drum magazine. Now, for those of you who don't know what a drum magazine is, that is a very large clip to a weapon.
It's called a magazine.
A magazine, yes, or a clip. They can go under both names.
I believe that
you could call them either one.
I believe we call that a magazine.
Yeah, well, you can suck my dick, okay?
Whoa.
A drum magazine is such a large magazine that it actually is in the shape of a circle, so that you can store more bullets inside of the
We wish
magazine.
we had a photo to show you, but if you're following along at home, there is a photo to show you.
There is a photo.
But we can't afford a camera.
One of the things that I want to point out the most about Ice-T's Twitter account is his, quote, daily game, where he tweets daily about the daily game. On November 5th, which happened fairly recently, the daily game was Pay Attention, and that got 3.6 thousand likes. And
just 3.6 regular likes.
3.6 regular likes. And on November 4th, his daily game was your presence poses a threat to everyone who can't bullshit you.
Are we allowed to use profanity? Are we sponsored?
We're not sponsored, but we're going to use profanity anyway because this is a free country.
Right.
Now, I just want to emphasize the daily game because what Ice-T is trying to portray here is that everybody has some daily game that they need to get through.
Right.
Which are your daily goals, and this helps inspire you. You know what I'm saying? So, when you look at the daily game, it's meant to inspire you throughout the rest of the day to succeed throughout the day. You get that, Jimmy?
I think I understand.
Okay. Well, now that we're done talking about his daily game,
it's a large part of his profile.
It is a large part of his profile because he posts a daily game every day.
Daily, some might say.
Daily, yes. That's why it's called the daily game.
Oh!
Yes, okay. Now, let's talk about some of the things that he has responded to. Now, Ice-T is known as a hard person, you know? He is not in a sexual way, James.
Oh.
By hard, I mean that he is a street tough. He grew up on the streets as a young lad.
He still lives there.
Actually, no. He lives in a very nice home. I watched a whole TED Talk about this. He's rich, obviously. He's on SVU.
It says he's still in the Hood.
It's where he's from. It's where he's from. Is what the
You don't see me putting the
say.
womb as my location.
Yeah, well, you're Jimmy, so...
I said my friends call me Jimmy.
Oh, that's my bad, James. My bad. Okay. Now, there's one thing that I saw recently.
I like that. There's an animation posted on November 3rd of what appears to be Ice-T and a British pith helmet. from the colonial era doing a very fantastic dance.
Yeah, well, I think that's just fucking stupid.
Well, that seems a little obscene.
That's my bad. I didn't mean that. Okay.
He's wearing Adidas shoes as
So,
well.
Hold on. Now, on November 3rd, Ice-T also replied to a tweet of, quote, "Holy shit." We're going to pull up the video, and I believe it is a shocking video.
It appears to be in an oriental country, likely China.
And it also appears that this video is in a mall, and this man is walking,
And
but then he slips. But on what? What does that appear to be?
It
That he
looks like
slipped on?
some kind of dessert treat.
Oh, well, let me tell you what, Jimmy. That's no dessert treat. That's fecal matter.
Oh. Yeah, press escape. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's... damn it. Okay, so I'm going to scroll back down to this video because it totally escaped us super far away.
I don't think that it needs much more analysis. It's quite straightforward.
Well, yeah, the video is quite straightforward, but what Ice-T replied with was, "Hold up, did that motherfucker just shit and kept it moving? WTF?"
Actually, there's a bit of a misquote there. He did not use the full phrase. He did say MF, which I just figured I would correct as the gracious host said WTF, but did not expand that as well.
Well, that's my bad because I'm trying to keep this at a PG-13 rating, James, okay? So I'm trying to keep the F's down to a down low.
But you expanded MF into a full...
Well, yes, because that's one F, and I used my one F.
I think you've said it earlier, but...
Well, yeah, I don't think I did. Okay, who cares? We're at an R rating now. Let's just go along and say, let's make this unrated.
I don't know if we want to go that far. I mean, we want to sponsor in the future.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Anyway, if we go down, apparently he has a TV show called Hip Hop Untold, or Untold Stories of Hip Hop. Now, I thought he was a rapper.
Well, hip hop is actually the main thing of rap, you know. So there's hip hop, and then rap is a sub-genre of hip hop.
I see. I haven't listened to a song after the year 1940, so I'm a little...
Yes,
backtracked.
I can understand your confusion, James. Now, there's, as you can see, Ice-T is a hip hop artist, and not only is he very good at it, but he also has a episode on Hip Hop Untold.
I believe it's the Untold Stories of Hip Hop, but the hashtag is Hip Hop Untold.
You know what? Let's just skip this if you're going to be like this, James.
No, I just wanted to clarify for those following along at home.
Yeah, whatever.
I do like his tweet on November 1st, which misses Halloween.
Yes. So, the day after Halloween, November 1st, Ice-T tweeted, "I've noticed on Halloween, goofy MFers dress as goofy MFers." That got 6.7 thousand likes. Now, Jimmy, let's elaborate on this.
Yeah.
What do you think a goofy MFer is?
Well, you ever seen the show with the Disney characters in it? Mickey Mouse's Clubhouse?
No.
Okay, well, there's this fella that is owned by a man from the 30s and 40s whose name was Walt Disney. He looked like a mouse. And in the show, there was a dog. His name was Goofy.
Okay.
And he kind of goes, yuck. You know, he makes that kind of noise.
Oh, yeah, like, yuck.
Yuck, yuck.
Yuck.
Yeah, and I think
Yup.
he's referring to goofy fellas, individuals who are off the goop, some may say, are dressing as Goofy.
They're dressing as Goofy
Yes.
from the old cartoon of Mickey
Mouse.
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse's Clubhouse.
Mickey Mouse's Clubhouse.
Yes, and I believe
Okay.
he's saying that goofy individuals, ones that have truly gone off the goop, are dressing as...
Now, what do you mean by off the goop?
Well, off the goop is a very interesting new slang term I picked up from my 3 kids. And
3 children, James.
3 children, yeah. But essentially it means that you're goofy.
I see.
So if you describe the word with the word you're using, then it makes more sense.
Uh-oh. Now, I know that we're talking about Ice-T really quick, but
Jeff Goldblum has died.
Goldblum is trending with Woody Allen.
That's a recipe for disaster.
That's definitely a recipe for disaster. Oh no. the first thing we see when we pull it up is a tweet from
At Kendall
Joyo.
Joyo.
Jeff Goldblum,
Yo-ho.
with a GIF of Star Wars Episode 3, where...
Would you say that again for me?
Star Wars Episode 3,
No,
Revenge of the Sith.
No, before that, my good man.
Jeff Goldblum, you-ho.
No, in between those two.
I don't remember what I said.
I believe it was Jif, like the peanut butter.
Yes.
I think you mean to
Let's
say...
discuss this in another episode.
Alright.
Alright, so in this GIF, we see a clip from Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, when Anakin and Obi-Wan are battling on Mustafar, and Obi-Wan states to Anakin, "You were the chosen one."
He was.
So we don't know much about this, but...
Let's scroll down
Let's scroll down. As we... Okay.
Sadly, Jeff Goldblum has left the Holy Trinity. Paul Rudd has ascended, joining Tom Hanks and Keanu Reeves. Here we see a cringe Keanu Reeves meme several weeks after it was funny.
Oh no! Okay, we see what
Okay.
happened here.
Yeah.
No. Let's talk about it a little bit.
About this.
Okay, so Jeff Goldblum defended Woody Allen. Let's go on to the article really quick.
What did Woody Allen do?
Well, Woody Allen is a very controversial figure in Hollywood.
Isn't he the man that plays Buzz Lightyear?
No, not at all.
Who is the fella that plays Buzz Lightyear?
That would be Tim Allen.
Ha!
No relation, actually.
Oh, well, I butter my butt and call me a biscuit. I really goofed that one.
You really did. Okay, so in this article, it says that...
Allen was accused of child molestation.
Yes.
What word is that?
Child molestation.
Oh, no.
Yes, by his adopted daughter.
Oh.
He molested his adopted daughter.
I thought we were talking about Ice-T.
Yes. Now, Jeff Goldblum has come out and said that there is a presumption of innocence until proven guilty regarding Woody Allen and the sexual abuse allegations made against him.
This doesn't seem like it's Ice-T.
This is not Ice-T, but I saw this on the side and I just could not ignore it because I know of Woody Allen's controversial past.
Did I say Helen Keller?
Where?
Go up a little bit. Helen Mirren. I keep...
Hey, Jimmy, could you not read like a freaking dumbass? Thank you.
Apologies.
So...
if they could see the screen...
they would be able to understand what we were talking about entirely. But it appears that Jeff Goldblum has actually defended Woody Allen.
On a more interesting note, the cost of a hair transplant in Kansas may surprise you.
We're not going to talk about the ads, James.
Apologies.
Okay. So there's another thing in here where Goldblum has stated, even though I feel like this cultural shift, in parentheses, the Me Too movement, is very, very positive and long overdue, and I support it wholeheartedly and take it very seriously, I also admire his body of work, so I would consider working with him again until I learned something more. Jeff Goldblum, I don't know how to tell you this, but you've been canceled, bud. You can't defend...
Is that an official statement?
That's an official statement. Jeff Goldblum has been canceled. You can no longer watch Jurassic Park the same again, knowing that Malcolm supports child molestation.
What's Woody Allen been in?
Woody Allen's a director.
Okay, what's he been in?
He's a director.
Okay,
he directs movies.
Which one?
Well, here, let's pull up some Woody Allen movies on this.
How's your Common App going?
Oh, pretty good. But let's not talk about that, because that's not the topic.
I apologize. I sense Woody Allen clearly is.
You friggin' moron. Well, Woody Allen is a very controversial figure, and I was wondering if we could...
I think you might want to look up films Woody Allen has directed.
Hey, piss off.
Okay. I have seen none of these.
Of course you haven't, because you're an uncultured swine.
I'm sorry, I'm sure you've watched Blue Jasmine many times.
No, I am not.
Ah, well, I think we've figured out the problem then.
Indeed we have. So, hold on. Sorry for the interruption. We're going to resume recording right now. So, I believe where we left off, we were speaking about Woody Allen and the movies that he has directed. He has directed such movies as A Rainy Day in New York, Midnight in Paris, Match Point, Cafe Society.
None of those are famous movies.
They're not really that well known to people like you, Jimmy, because you don't really well, first off, I don't think you would enjoy anything about him because, well, of what he's done. And also, let me see if
Well, he is 83 years old, and that's the age I don't like.
He is 83, but there's another thing about him that I know you would not like.
Oh, I don't believe that.
Just hold on 1 second. Now, you may not like him because, well, he molested his daughter.
Oh.
Yeah, you molested his daughter very roughly.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of daughter molesters.
Yeah, I can tell that you aren't.
Or molesters in general.
Yeah. And also,
did he say... Does that say Dick Cavett?
Where?
His daily writing routine could last as long as 15 hours, and he could focus and write anywhere necessary. Dick Cavett.
What about Dick Cavett?
I don't know. It's just a funny name.
Why? Because of the word dick?
Well, I was thinking Cavett, but...
A man of true culture. I see.
Anyway,
so let's go back
to Ice-T.
Ice-T, our initial topic.
No, you're gonna want to press the. There you go.
No, I know what I'm doing.
There we are.
So,
where were we? Ice-T.
Now let's talk about Ice-T again. Someone named.
You ever watched anime?
That's not what we're here to speak about quite yet.
Oh, yeah.
That might be another episode.
I haven't.
Okay. Nor have I. So, someone tweeted on November 1st, last night, #Halloween fun from our faves at Coco's World at Final Level. Now, at Final Level is Ice-T's Twitter account, and at Coco's World is Ice-T's wife's Twitter account. Now, Jimmy.
Yeah.
That's a pretty attractive woman, wouldn't you agree?
No.
Really? You don't think that Ice-T's wife is attractive? In any way, shape, or form?
She seems quite old. I'm sure if I was an older man, I might find her attractive.
Ah, yes. But...
Now, Ice-T.
Ice-T, now that's a man I can get behind. If you know what I'm saying. And then the response to that tweet was, yep, we always have a great time.
What a guy. He seems like a very nice gentleman.
Well, he loves his wife, because...
And I respect him for that.
He thinks that she is very attractive, even though she...
Now, we do seem to have, also on November 1st, an interesting run-in where someone asks, how come you never collaborated with famous rapper Eminem, sometimes referred to as Marshall
Mathers? I believe? Yes, Marshall Mathers.
And he just said it just never happened.
He says that they are friends, though. So.
Which I don't believe. But if we continue on, there's some interesting stuff. Apparently, is that a golf hat?
That's a wolf hat.
But why is there a golf ball on it?
Yeah, I'm not much caught up with much of the culture out west where Ice-T lives, I believe.
Oh, that may be the moon.
The moon, it might be.
Like werewolves.
Yes, it might very well be. I don't know what a werewolf is.
Have you ever heard of furries?
No.
Good. Moving on. He is also in the show SVU, Special Victims Unit. That's the one that goes...
Did you not hit the table? Please?
I apologize. I got a little...
That was very rude of you.
I apologize.
I hope your hands are sticky now.
They are.
All right, well, let's get comfortable real quick before we keep talking.
All right. If you say so. Anyway.
All right, so now that we're completely nude...
Yeah, sure.
We are going to continue speaking about Ice-T's Twitter account.
Let's see. On October 29th, he asked if people were ready for Halloween. They were.
That's fair to say.
There's also a clearly fake video about Hyperstealth's invisibility cloak. But Ice-T thinks it's some next level stuff.
But not quite final level. Let's just point that out.
There is a level after this. Probably one where this thing is real.
Or where you're at the level of Ice-T, which would be the final level.
So I have to ask, Joey, if I walked around with this material all over my body, could I beat up a mime and make people believe he was the best mime ever?
Yes. Are you jealous, Harry Potter?
I'm not.
Even though you can totally see that that's there?
There's a lot of stuff about Halloween. Ice-T loves Halloween. It's one of his favorite holidays.
That's a fair assumption.
I have never met the man. I would love to. He did at one point say on October 25th, clown ass MFers with a clown emoji. So I don't know if this is in reference to the famous gamer mecha movie called Joker with Joaquin Phoenix. But if it is, that's a fantastic call out from a gamer ally like Ice-T. If we continue to scroll, Ice-T got Hulu on October 24th. That's an important event in Ice-T history.
I just want to say that on October 24th, Ice-T tweeted, "Just 69 days left in 2019. Step the hustle up. Finish this year strong." Explosion emoji, punching emoji.
Nice.
With a nice headshot of Ice-T, which I personally like, making it up to 31.1 thousand likes.
Wow.
Yes.
If you continue to go down through Ice-T's Twitter, you can see some ramblings that are fantastic. Daily game, October 22nd. It's important to note there had not been a daily game for a long time.
Yeah.
But this one says, the best weight you'll ever lose is the weight of other people's opinions.
All right, now we've got an ice cold fact here. There's some big MFers in prison.
And that's a fact.
That is a fact.
Again, on October 20th, Ice-T had said, clown ass MFers with the clown emoji again.
But in response to a tweet that states, "I like how people think you a cop," that he said to Ice-T. Just a reminder, Ice-T plays a cop on SVU, Special Victims Unit, on whatever station SVU is on.
I believe it is Spike TV.
Spike? I don't think it's Spike TV.
Spike TV. One of my favorite channels.
James, if I may, I'm going to go grab a water. Please continue speaking.
Yes. So this is your host, Jimmy Skidmore, filling in for Joseph. He's currently on business holiday. We're still browsing the Ice-T Twitter page, and let me tell you, it ain't bad.
Yo.
Oh,
What are you
Joseph.
doing in this bitch?
Is that Ice-T?
It's Ice-T. What the fuck is going on?
Whoa! Wow!
What is going on?
It's famous Twitter man Ice-T.
What are you doing?
I'm browsing your Twitter, Mr. T.
Why don't you get off my Twitter, bitch?
Okay. Anyway, back to Palestine.
I'm about to slap a little boy.
Who's that?
I'm about to slap you, little bitch.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to respect you.
You know why? Because I'm Ice-T. But don't think I'm a mean guy, because sometimes my friends say I'm so nice that they actually call me Nice-T. I'm just really mad at you right now.
I'm sorry, Ice-T. I was just trying to go through your Twitter.
Well, get off before I start smacking bitches.
Alright, instead we are now looking at the Twitter of famous movie director Jeffrey Epstein.
Alright, now thank you. I'm a lead, bitch.
So, basically, there was this incident in... Okay, Ice-T has left the building. We're gonna go back to Ice-T.
Hey, Jimmy, what happened?
Oh, Ice-T showed up.
Is that who that was?
Did you passed Ice-T and didn't say anything?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I didn't think that was significant.
No, we were talking about famous movie director Jeffrey Epstein. Or, no, who's the one that made movies?
Woody Allen? Because we're still on
Oh, Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein.
But we're still on Ice-T's Twitter, is what I want to point out.
Yeah, well, I made a new tab because I was afraid Ice-T would beat the shit out of me.
Oh, okay. Well, he threatened you.
Yeah, he said he was going to slap me, and he called me a little boy.
Mm.
Which I think I'm taller than Ice-T, so that's interesting.
Well, look up his height really
tall.
quick. Did he look tall when he stood over you?
He looked like a small Hungarian man.
That's strange, because I don't believe that his ancestry is Hungarian.
Well, Ice-T is the measly height of 5'11", which is a pitiful height.
I mean, that's taller than me.
That's right. You're the tiny... I was thinking of Joey when I said the tiny Hungarian man.
Wait
yeah.
1 second.
Yeah.
Hold on. Now, let's point out that Ice-T's name is Tracy Lauren Marrow.
I don't know where he... Oh, the T is from the Tracy.
Tracy, yeah.
And Ice is from the last name Marrow.
How? How?
Well, you see, marrow is a form of bone. And,
years of service.
Hold on.
Years of service. Hold on.
What?
No, let's go into that. Let's see what years of service is.
Joined the army.
He joined the army in
1979.
Wow.
Thank you for your service, Ice-T.
Wow, Ice-T. That's amazing. Thank you for your service, Tracy.
Now, what did Ice-T pass away? Is the top question. Did he?
Obviously not. Wait.
Oh no! That's okay.
When Ice-T was in 3rd grade, his mother suddenly died of a heart attack.
Which is very sad.
Which is very sad.
But when I first read that, I believed Ice-T died of a heart attack.
I did as well.
He was in a movie called Tank Girl.
Tank Girl.
Yeah.
I wonder how well received that was.
Probably very.
Tank Girl has a 38% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's got a 5.3 out of 10 on IMDb.
Hold on. Now, Ice-T has been in other things,
like
such as...
Breakin'.
Ugly
Doll.
New Jack City.
He was in Ugly Doll?
I guess he was. And let's just clarify that Ugly Dolls has a 28% on Rotten Tomatoes.
A fantastic score.
A fantastic record so far for Ice-T.
Now, if I recall correctly, Ice-T was in Joker, correct?
I don't believe he was. Quit referring to Joker. That's next week's topic.
Oh, I apologize.
Okay. New Jack City is another piece of media that...
Is he in a movie called Shaft?
Shaft?
If you go back to the bottom.
To the bottom.
It says Shaft.
Shaft. I don't believe he is in Shaft. Because that was released in 1971, and remember, he joined the army in 1979.
So he would have been 8, or 11, or 9,
oh
maybe
my god,
10.
you don't know math.
Perhaps not.
Now, Shaft 2019 is a totally different movie that has a 32% on Rotten Tomatoes, but sadly does not feature the famed rapper Ice-T.
Now, some of the critics are fantastic. I'd just like to read one for you. This one says, eek. Actually, I'd rather not read some of these. They're rather racially charged.
Okay, so...
Now, we could watch it on YouTube from $5.99.
But I don't feel like paying any money to anybody.
But with this week's sponsor, NordVPN...
No, don't say that, because we don't have a sponsor, James.
Oh.
All right. No. I believe this concludes this episode of podcast with Joey Simcoe as your host. And today our guest has been James Clay Skidmore IV.
That is me. I do have a final thing I'd like to say before we end it.
Okay.
Ice-T on Twitter once said, F the press, gamers, play your games. That's a rough paraphrase, but that really spoke to the gamer crowd. And I'd like to thank Ice-T for everything he's done in bringing light to gamer rights.
Thank you, Ice-T. God bless.
God bless you, Ice-T. And good night.
And that concludes this episode of Podcast with Joey Simcoe.
And